This is Josh.
Is the internet really dangerous? I mean, aren't your parents and teachers just overreacting to the dangers that lurk on the interwebs? Did you know the internet is a series of tubes?
The internet is not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes.
Truthfully, these adult folks in your life have a point. Online threats are real, and that's why today I'm going to show you how to be safe online. Think of me as your online bodyguard with really puny biceps. Don't judge me. All right, look, there are three main threats for teens online. So let's deal with the biggest threat first, shall we? The biggest threat to you online, do you know what it is? It's you. You are your biggest threat. Actually, let me be more clear about that. The biggest online threat to you is you posting or uploading something stupid, right? The internet is like a spider web. I mean, what do you think they call it? The World Wide Web. It catches everything, and once it's online, it can be there for years. So that picture of you kissing your dog, there forever. That Facebook update about how much you enjoy the music of Miley Cyrus, sir, there forever. Butterflies fly away, nodding my head like yeah, moving my head. So look, being smart about what you say and do online is frankly more than just a good idea. Teenage Burger King employee from Cleveland took a picture of him with his feet in the bin of lettuce they use for burgers. First of all, that's freaking disgusting. He posted it online, thinking anonymously, right? Safe. Nope, wrong. Burger King found out about it, traced the photo back to this dude's phone. Not only was he fired, but BK Corporate fired the entire crew he worked with. Every single one of them. I bet that guy's pretty popular now. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking, Josh, I mean, I don't even work at Burger King. And secondly, I would never, ever put my feet in a bin of lettuce. That is disgusting and bad for the environment. All right, fair enough. But think about this for a second. How much drama is started when people say and post idiotic stuff online that they would never, ever in a million years say to your face? And how many times have you seen your friends say or post something online that they now regret? Exactly. So to help you protect yourself against yourself, here's a general rule of thumb that might help you. Before you post or upload something, ask yourself this. Would I be cool with my grandma seeing this? Would you be cool with your grandma seeing you threaten to beat up that kid you don't like? Would you be cool with your grandma seeing you request the answers for Mrs. Fox's Spanish final? Would you be cool with your grandma seeing you upload that picture of you in front of the bathroom mirror only wearing a sports bra? Honey, put some dang clothes on, good Lord! That's my grandma impersonation. Sorry. So here's a rule. If it passes the grandma filter of approval, then you're good to go. If it doesn't, you probably want to reconsider it. The second thing you need to protect yourself against online are online predators. I mean, the word predator even sounds, it's just, So if you're chatting online with someone, you need to make sure that you for sure, 100% know who they are, and never ever give out personal information. If you're gonna buy something online, make sure it's a legit site, right? Here's a little saying I've made up for you to help you remember this. Let me see if I can remember it. If it looks scammy, protect your family. If it looks legit, it's probably full of, I can't say that. If you give out the wrong informaciones, it's like a kick to the cojones. That's racist. All right, here it is, for real. Avoid the temptation to give information. You better tweet that right now because there are weirdos and stalkers and crazy people out there that you need to protect yourself from and your friends from. Please do not share your personal information with anyone unless you know for sure they are safe or a legitimate business or organization. Don't take candy from strangers, avoid windowless vans, and remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Count on you to do what you said.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Now, the last threat is not very popular to talk about, but the fact is that it's true, so I'm going to talk to you about it. Did you know, this is crazy, that 12% of internet websites are pornographic in nature? 12%, I mean, that is messed up. And you need to protect yourself from this stuff. It causes serious psychological and relational harm. The Kaiser Family Foundation did a survey of 1,200 teens, and 70% of them said that they had accidentally stumbled onto porn online. And in a recent survey of college freshmen, 82% they had been exposed to porn by the time they were just 14 years old. So the point is, an unlocked computer is like a loaded gun sitting in your bedroom. You need to protect yourself or eventually you will get shot. It's inevitable. Get some filtering software on your computer to protect yourself. I use something called Safe Eyes. There's also something out there called Content Barrier and other programs out there that work for both Mac and PC. Now I know what you're thinking. This filtering software costs money. Look, it costs like $50 a year. And here's how you make this happen. Go to your parents and tell them, "Dearest mother and father, the World Wide Web is filled with vile stuff like pornography. This filtering software protects me, a young child, innocent in nature, from all of this horrible stuff. Could you buy it for me so I may live a virtuous life and be an upstanding citizen of the interwebs?" If your parents say no to that, your parents are crazy, all right? So there you have it. 3 straightforward boundaries that you can enact in your life to save yourself a lot of heartache and awkward questions in a future job interview.
Someone thought the M&Ms were like a joke, but they're actually real. Jane was talking to you today. What? M&Ms are a joke.
Did you guys see that video?
Yeah, I thought it was so weird that the guy put his feet in salad. Like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I really like the grandma's approval one though, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's a good one.
You're right.
I'm right.
Let's always remember,
You are your biggest threat.
You guys, you gotta stay quiet when we're in BOC's office. Come on.
Avoid gossip. I know it sounds like super exciting and really fun, but this isn't Gossip Girl. You need to text, post, or spread the latest rumor to everyone you know.
Don't feed the cyberbullies. If you are texted or messaged something rude, don't respond. If you feel like you're being cyberbullied, tell a trusted adult or teacher.
bystanders are guilty too. If your friends are cyberbullying someone and you stay silent, you are just as guilty as they are. Stand up and keep your friends in check.
Recognize the difference between cute and creepy. If an older guy's trying to go on a date with you, that's just creepy.
Don't just sit there, report it. If you or a friend of yours has been victimized online, report it to the police at www.cybertipline.com.
Initiate Operation Profile Cleanup. Make sure that your Facebook page, your Instagram, and your Twitter is clean of all things that are too personal, too embarrassing, or illegal, because you may get in trouble for it.
Please, please keep one rule in mind. Stop, think, and put your clothes back on. You know those pictures where you're duck facing, touching your elbows together? We all know you have cool Calvin Klein underwear, but please keep it really, really mature and appropriate because the law doesn't approve and grandma doesn't approve.
Protect your space. Come on guys, we all have that Facebook privacy setting. Why not take advantage of it? And talk to your parent or guardian about your internet use. They're not as uptight as you think. Just tell them what you're doing and they won't freak out when you're on the internet all the time.
XOXO, natural helpers.
Go kill yourself. Why are you still alive? You are so ugly. Rebecca Sudwick, an 11-year-old girl from Florida, received those mean, hurtful, tormenting, and embarrassing messages on her social media. They would ultimately lead her to jump off of her town's water tower to her death. In the fall of 2013, I would come home from school to read that story. I was stunned, shocked, and I was heartbroken. How could a girl younger than myself be pushed to take her own life? That's when I knew I had to do something to stop this from ever happening again. But the pain and the misery that Rebecca endured, it had already happened. The damage was done. My name is Trisha Prabhu. I'm 14 years old, and I'm from the great city of Naperville in Illinois in the United States. I'm passionate to stop cyberbullying at the source before the damage is done. I'm a big dreamer, and I believe that everyone should have the right to dream, persist in their dream, and see that become a reality. So when I read Rebecca's story, I immediately wondered, were there any others like her out there that were suffering as well? I'd soon learn that she was one of a countless many. Megan Muir died 3 weeks before her 14th birthday. She hung herself in her bedroom closet where her mother would find her when coming up to get her for dinner. She'd received messages like, "The world would be a better place without you," on her MySpace account. The damage was done, and Megan suffered the consequences. Tyler Clementi was an 18-year-old student at Rutgers University. He was just getting used to college life and his new gay identity. One day, his roommate and a friend decided to use a webcam and a laptop to stream some of Tyler's most intimate moments with his boyfriend all over social media. The damage was done. Humiliated, Tyler took his life, jumping off of the George Washington Bridge. I wish more than anything that I could rewrite those stories. I wish I could make every perpetrator rethink what they did. But what if I could do that? What if I could stop the damage before it was done? Would Megan, Tyler, and Rebecca still be alive today? Cyberbullying is a huge problem. 52% of adolescents in the United States alone have been cyberbullied. And 38% of them suffer suicidal tendencies. Let's look at it from a global perspective. 1/4 of the world's population are adolescents. We're talking 1.8 billion teens. Imagine then, in this social media revolution, how more and more of them are getting on social media and more of them are being cyberbullied. So why do kids cyberbully? Look, I might be biased, but I'm pretty sure that kids are not mean devils that run around with cruel intentions. I don't know about you, that's what I think. And what about adults? Are they nice or mean on social media? Now, when it comes to adults, I wasn't really sure. So I had to do some research to figure that out. So that year, for my science experiment at school, I decided to look at how age affected the willingness to post offensive messages on social media sites. What did I find? This younger age group, ages 12 to 18, was 40% more willing to post an offensive message than an older age group. Okay, the number didn't surprise me. But why? Why was that younger age group so much more willing to post an offensive message? I started to do a lot of research. And one day I came across an article, and it had one sentence that would forever change my view on this problem. They said, "The adolescent brain is likened to a car with no brakes. High speed, no pausing, no thinking, no considering. We just act." So why is it like that? Our brains are kind of weird. They develop from the back to the front, which means that our front part of brain, it's not fully developed until age 25. Why is that a problem? Well, prefrontal cortex, it controls decision-making skills, rash, impulsive decisions, spur-of-the-moment feelings. So that's why adolescents don't think before they act. They just go ahead and do something. Whether it's downing 15 Red Bulls on a dare, skipping an English final, doing something crazy, we don't really think before we do it. Well then, I was venting about this to a friend. I was like, gosh, this is horrible. And she said, Trisha, I really admire your passion, but you've been talking about this for the last 50 minutes as if you just discovered it. it's a huge problem, but social media sites are already doing stuff to stop this. And I went, oh yeah, you're right. But I'd soon find that what social media sites are doing is really nothing. Their mechanism is a stop, block, tell method. You stop what you're doing, if you're the victim, you block the cyberbully, and you immediately go tell a parent or guardian. Sounds pretty reasonable, but here's what actually happens. Adolescents, we're kind of afraid to tell people that we're being cyberbullied. Research shows that 9 out of 10 times, victims don't tell anyone that they're being cyberbullied. What's more, why are we putting the burden on the victim to block the cyberbully? Why aren't we changing the behavior in the actual cyberbully? And it angered me. There wasn't a single effective way to stop cyberbullying, and it was a silent pandemic that was affecting so many people around the world. That's when I had an idea. I know from my research that adolescents don't think before they do things, right? So what if they didn't think before they type? What if I gave them a chance to think about what they were doing? If an adolescent tried to post an offensive message on social media, if I went, whoa, hold on, you're about to post an offensive message to someone, that could really hurt them. Are you sure you want to post this message? Would they still be as willing to do it? I had no idea, but I was ready to find out. So that year, using my science and technology skills, I created 2 software systems. And basically, they were able to compare whether an alert that prompted adolescents to think about what they were doing actually decreased their willingness to post offensive messages. So for 4 to 6 weeks, I basically lived at my local library. All the kids were always giving me weird looks. But, in the end, it was totally worth it. I was able to get 1,500 valid trials of data. And what did I find? 93% of the time, when adolescents receive an alert that says, whoa, you're about to post an offensive message, they change their mind. I was able to decrease the willingness to post offensive messages from 71.4% to 4.6%. Think about that. My research proved that rethink before you type, rethink before you post, rethink before the damage is done is an effective, long-term method to stop cyberbullying at the source before the damage is done. So rethink has become insanely popular, I'm glad to say. Just a few weeks ago, I was at the Google Science Fair for my research. I'm a global finalist, and I also currently... Thank you. And I also currently hold a United States provisional patent for this idea. So now my main goal is getting this out there as a product and stopping cyberbullying. I'm currently working tirelessly to create a Chrome extension browser and a mobile add-on for mobile platforms. That way Rethink can go global and stop cyberbullying before the damage is done. Steve Jobs once said, "Simple can be harder than complex. Original, much harder than derived. But when you get there, it's worth it because you can move mountains." He is so right. Rethink has proved that in those few seconds, when you decide whether or not you're going to hit post, those few seconds mean so much in the future. So whether you're about to post an offensive message about the fat girl that sits ahead of you in your class, or your annoying boss, that can mean the fat girl's life or your job. So I encourage all of you, rethink before the damage is done. Very rarely in this connected world do we remember we need to slow down, pause, think about what we're doing. We're posting a message, and that has significance. So choose to rethink. Rethink before you type, before the damage is done. Thank you.
Man, that was a really cool app.
It was. I think my grandma would approve of that one.
Yeah, for sure. We should download it.
We should.
What is it called again?
Rethink. Oh, I already have it downloaded.
Oh, cool. Oh, I do too. Go to settings. Go to general keyboards.
I think it's in default. Add keyboards. Rethink. There it is.
There it is. Allow full access.
Then I have to.
Let's see if it worked.
There it is.
Hey, it worked. I guess I won't send that. It's kind of rude.
Yeah.
You wrote the same sentence.
I know. Oh yeah, okay, it does work.
Well, cool.
That's great.